In case you're new here, I go on painting adventures in my pop-top Toyota Sienna minivan. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. There won't be art in the video, but instead I'm going to show you around the van. So let's grab a cup of tea and check it out. The van is a 2025 LE all-wheel drive Sienna. I didn't get a higher end model with moonroof or sunroof or whatever because I knew that I was going to have the top cut off to put a pop top on it. For the main part of the flooring in the van, I got a nice piece of 3/4 inch birch plywood from the local lumber yard and had them cut it up into some different shapes so that I could utilize it in the back. The floor of the Sienna is not level. There is a slope to it, and there's also some rails where the second row seats were that are hard to remove. On top of the main part of the platform, I used some old flooring again just to protect the floor a little bit more, and I used waterproof tape between it and put some yoga mats underneath it, as well as some old camping mats to try to protect the flooring underneath the floor because I do have dogs and accidents happen, and also I tend to go to pretty dirty areas, so there's a lot of dirt and dust that ends up in the van, so I wanted to be able to clean it. The Sienna that I got can seat, I believe, 7 people. And I wanted to be able to still carry some folks in the back, so I kept the rear seats but had the middle seats removed. The rear seats can be stowed, so I decided to stow half of them and keep the single skinnier seat upright so that I could have a place to sit in the back. And it also provided a bit of storage behind that seat too, which I built a little wooden platform for using old bits of flooring that I had around the house. All of the plywood, flooring, and pretty much everything in this van I secured to the vehicle itself, either by drilling holes in it and tying it to the floor using straps or other things. I didn't modify the van at all, other than having the pop top installed and having the middle row seats removed. Everything in the van is removable, the flooring and all the other components. I did initially end up putting in a platform with a 7-inch raise on it for the bed that would potentially be modular, and I could expand or contract it or move it around. However, I felt like even with the pop top, it really limited the headspace for when I have the pop top down or I wanted to just sit in the back. And it wasn't worth the trade-off to have the storage underneath, so I ended up not using the platform. I did spend a lot of time trying to figure out what to do as far as storage. I wanted to keep it modular. So for storage and for cooking, since I really like Snow Peak, I ended up using a Snow Peak IGT system, which is a modular system that a lot of other people like Kuroji and Nature Hike make units for as well. So it's very versatile, and it can be removed from the van and used at a later point for different things. There's also a refrigerator in here, which is great for the summer months. I wanted to keep both doors clear because I wanted to be able to egress from either door depending on where I was parked at a given site, and I also wanted to maintain the airflow. I really like these nature hike bags to hold things. They're waterproof and really well made, so I ended up using those. For a campfire, I wanted to keep it small, so I ended up getting a solo stove, little backpacking one, and then sticking it in a biscuit tin on a fire mat. As a backpacker, I like to carry some essentials as well. I really like aqua tabs in case of emergency. I also carry a Platypus water filtration system, which is gravity based. And I like life straw a lot. I do have an old school life straw that you can just stick in a stream, but I really like these collapsible ones because you can stuff them in a bag and then fill them up with water from a stream or whatever, or water source in a sketchy area, and then just drink straight out of it because the filter is integrated, but it can also be removed. I have a couple of Jackeries. This is a newer one, and I have an older one as well that I use for power. As far as sleeping, even though the pop top's on there, I usually sleep on the floor. I like to sleep on the ground because it's easier for the dog. As far as my sleep kit, I just have a sleeping bag, and I really like this Sea to Summit inflatable pillow. I also keep an electric mattress pad up there, which is really good for camping in the snow. As far as the pop top, I got it done in Northern California at a place called GTRV Vans. I did a lot of research on it even before I bought the van. And part of the reason I got the van is that people do put pop tops on them, and GTRV came up many times in my research. They were super communicative. I think they've been doing it for like maybe 30 years, but I was really pleased with the results. The way that you open the top is that there's a couple of latches, and you just flip those. And then because of my neck, I can't really push up super hard. So I use a ratchet thing that they gave me, which is super easy to use. And once it gets to a certain point in the ratchet, the hydraulic parts take over and it just opens up on its own. And I can just grab the handles and pull it down without needing any assistance. It has some mesh windows in the top, which is really nice for airflow. And it really just opens everything up. It also increases headroom even when the pop top is down. There are a couple of pillows that you can store up there even when it's closed, which is nice, and those are the pillows that come with it that make up the bed if you want to use that. And to access that, you go through the compartment above the driving area and crawl up in there, and then you can get to the bed. I also had GTRV put solar panels on the top, which is really nice. I use them to power my old Jackery. Because I wanted to keep things versatile, I did get a universal adapter off of Amazon because Jackery has proprietary connectors, and I think they might have changed as well. And I wanted to be able to branch out and use more standardized connectors. As far as the toilet, I like having my composting toilet on board. It really makes things convenient. I just ordered bags off of Amazon. I use vinegar to clean things as per the instructions. As far as the composting material, I just got some hamster bedding or litter or whatever from the pet store, and it works great. I also like this collapsible sink that I got at REI a lot. I did end up putting a hard sink in the back of the van with a accordion drainage pipe thing that I found off of Amazon after several trials. And the blue container is actually another urine collection container that came out of the toilet. It's fresh though, but I wanted to have a backup and have things be as multi-purpose as possible. And this just shows you the connector for the sink here, which is a Kuroji adapter for the Nature Hike sink, which is an IGT 1 unit. Again, these units are all based on the Snow Peak IGT. If I'm in the vehicle or just outside, it's kind of nice to have this Dometic USB powered water faucet. It's really easy to use. I just drop the hose into the water, which is right next to it, and move the sink over. Again, this whole IGT system is modular, movable in real time. I can also just take the faucet wherever I feel like over to a picnic table or whatever with a bottle of water and have running water. I got the Rotapacks smaller water containers, and I pop them back here where the spare seat used to go. I use just regular window screens, which is great for privacy. They're not particularly insulated, but I haven't really been able to find a good source for those, although I know a lot of people make their own. But if you guys know of any, if you could please drop intel in the comments, that would be awesome. The other cool thing that I did recently is I got a Journeys off-road 2-inch lift put on the vehicle. Since I'm pretty used to driving off-road, and I used to do it even in my Prius, I feel pretty okay with just having this amount of clearance. I don't want to do anything more gnarly, again, because I don't have a spare, and I don't plan on doing super gnarly stuff. If there's anything else you want to know about the vehicle or questions or whatever, let me know, and thanks so much for hanging out. All right, see you next time.